May 21, 2025. I'm calling the Attorney General Criminal Division.
You've reached the voicemail of extension number 502.
They never answer the phone. They've never returned my calls. They've never responded to my certified mails.
Yes, hi, my name is Lorraine Valente. I live in McKee, Kentucky, Jackson County. I've left several messages in the past when Daniel Cameron was the Attorney General. I have a very serious incident here. I will give you the incident number. It's incident 2025-2154, reported to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. I asked for an open public record on it, and I received a bunch of BS here. Basically what happened is there was a terrorist threat against me and my property. There was a flash grenade explosion on my driveway, which included trespassing, menace, stalking, a fire hazard, harassment and endangering wildlife, throwing a grenade device on my driveway at 1:41 a.m., May 18, 2025. It's also called a stun grenade device that was recently detonated on my property. And it's probably the formal title that's used. It's meant to temporarily blind, deafen, or disorient targets. Any military or police type would know what this is. Knowing that I have animals on my property, including cats, I have a non-profit cat rescue, wildlife and their babies, and throwing that in the vicinity is deliberate animal abuse. The stress from that alone could instantly kill many animals or cause them to run or jump into walls or through glass. Another incident is JSCO 2025-2155, animal cruelty, animal abuse, animal theft, endangering wildlife. May 2nd, 2025, somebody entered illegally a locked nonprofit building and harmed the eyes of kittens and a nursing mom, 2 of which passed away. I was refused veterinary services because of a slander campaign here in McKee, Kentucky. A fox was illegally trapped on my property, trespassing, endangering wildlife. Note that I am a certified wildlife sanctuary. And a flashbang, also flash grenade or stun grenade device, was recently detonated on my property. This is the 3rd incident, and I have reported these incidents to the FBI, to your office, and nothing has been done. Nothing has been documented. In fact, I've received no response at all from your office from the 6 emails that I've sent with evidence to the corruption here in Jackson County, Kentucky. So I would appreciate if somebody calls me back. And my phone number.
Okay, so I stopped the recording at that point so that my phone number would not be recorded. Basically what I did was I contacted the Criminal Investigations Division of the Attorney General of the state of Kentucky. As you may recall from past videos, for those of you who are new here, I filed multiple complaints with the Attorney General, the former Attorney General Daniel Cameron. We've got a new Attorney General. That Attorney General, even though I sent certified mails, follow-up certified mails, emails to the investigation department, which they requested of me, I've received no response, 0. It's like my letters went nowhere. It was not addressed, and I'm hoping that the current Attorney General at least acknowledges receipt of this information. Because I did receive a response from the Attorney General about the complaint that I filed against the veterinary clinic that's denied me service. And I received it actually, it's dated May 14. I'll show you. I'll show you here. So I'll read that to you, because I filed the complaint against Dr. Wilson, the Anvil Veterinary Clinic. Dear Ms. Valenti, thank you for contacting the Office of the Attorney General. Your complaint has been received by the Office of Senior Protection, which provides voluntary mediation services to assist consumers with problems, complaints, misunderstandings, and disagreements over goods or services in the marketplace. These services attempt to resolve any of the aforementioned circumstances between consumers and business without litigation. After thorough review of the information you provide, it has been determined that your complaint describes an issue that falls outside of the parameters within which we can mediate. Therefore, we will be unable to assist you. By law, our office is restricted by acting as a private attorney for individual businesses, and this office may not use the influence of the state or force or require settlements for private disputes. Your complaint with our office is now closed. However, it will remain among our files to assist in identifying any pattern appearing to violate the Consumer Protection Act that might warrant our intervention in the future. These files are also available by open public records. If you wish to pursue this matter further, please consider contacting a private attorney, blah, 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 blah. Okay. At least I received a response. This office, this new Russell Coleman, Attorney General, and the Consumer Protection at least provided a response. And of course, I submitted the complaint 2 months ago, and this is a reasonable amount of time for the Attorney General, who I'm sure is extremely busy with other important matters, to respond. And in writing. And I was pleased with that. However, the Criminal Investigations Division still has not responded to any of my certified letters, emails, or whatever from a year and a half ago. And of course, we have a new Attorney General now, so I will have to resend all of that information to the new Attorney General and at least provide him an update as to what has happened here. And now we've got an accumulation of other things. So, for the record, today I received, and I'll show you the nonsense here. 1 second. I received a response to my FOIA request. Of course, it was incomplete. The FOIA request that I received was only for one incident. And everything that I mentioned over the phone was not included. But evidently, it was that office that called the Kentucky State Police. And had I known that, I would have had more information available to the Kentucky State Police, because I was outside at the time of receiving the call, picking up branches, and I didn't even have the incident number in front of me. However, when the Kentucky State Police called me, it was bullshit. He basically said on the phone that he was calling because of a lost animal. Really? There was no lost animal. If he were on the up and up, he would have said, I'm calling because I received a request from dispatch that you filed a complaint, and I'm calling with regard to that complaint, except for calling under the guise of them receiving a complaint of a lost animal. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm in my 60s. I'm not 20 or 30 anymore. I have a brain. I've been through this rodeo already. This is absolutely absurd. You guys don't want to do your job? So anyway, basically the report, which I've downloaded here. 1 second. Here it is. And I'll show you. So basically what it says, it's the incident 2025-0214. It's the only one that they sent to me. I requested a copy of the audio or a written transcript and an incident report for incident 2155. I didn't receive either one of those, only this one. And basically, I'll show you, it's pretty much blank here. So it says that the dispatcher was a trainee, received by trainee, closed by trainee. And this is what they stated. Okay? Blotter. Lorraine Valenti reports multiple incidents. Flashbang grenade thrown at her property and trespassing. Well, I said a lot more than that. She suspects ongoing harassment from neighbors and demands immediate action. I don't suspect anything. I know for a fact. It's all recorded. Threatening to escalate to higher authorities unless she receives names on these subjects at the end of the week. I'm not threatening. I'm just going to do it. I've already started the process. It's not a threat. I don't make threats. I tell people the way it's going to go. If they don't want to take action on this, then I will. Now, they do say it's high priority, flashbang grenade or IED, and then they wrote here, or thermite. I didn't say that. So they're saying that. I did not use those words. So, or thermite thrown at property. Ongoing harassment for 6 years. It's more than harassment. Stalking, vandalism, and I mentioned to her on the phone, but of course I don't have that recording. Throwing dirty diapers on the property. And then it says organized, it says potential organized crime network, whatever. Additional details. Incident occurred at 1:41 a.m. May 15, 2025. Captured on 5 cameras. Caller refuses to provide video evidence directly to the sheriff's office. She stated she has significant amount of video evidence online. Well, that's true, but I did not say that I refused. What I did say is that if the sheriff wants it, they can view it on my phone. I'll be happy to show it to them, but I've actually tagged them. I've tagged the sheriff on Facebook and on YouTube. Because what happens is, when you send an actual video from your phone that includes a recording device directly to them, they have in the background all the identifying information so that they will have access to your cameras. Not that they don't already, but when I did that back in, I'm going to say 2021, with the old sheriff, immediately, no, I think it was before that, I think it was 2020, when I sent my videos from my phone to theirs, from that point forward, my cameras were automatically interfered with. So no, I will not send any more videos to the sheriff's office. If he wants to see the evidence, he can go view them online. I've shown to his sheriffs, his deputies before, in person. They've never documented it. He knows damn well what happens. It says allegations of conflict of interest between suspect and sheriff due to children. Well, that's true. Caller threatens to escalate to the Department of Justice. I'm not threatening. I'm telling you what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do it. Caller claims to have received cease and desist letters. Again, see, this is the false wording here. Caller claims to have received cease and desist letters against neighbors. What they should have said is, caller has sent cease and desist letters to neighbors. Also copied to the county lawyer and the sheriff's department. I don't claim to have received cease and desist letters. That's false. That's a false statement. I sent cease and desist letters to the neighbors. And then persons described as possible are listed. Alleged. This is a suspected neighbor. He's not suspected as a neighbor. He is a neighbor. Suspected accomplice. Suspected perpetrator. Alleged stalker. This is the way they comment it here. So they go on to say the incident is closed. Okay? They advise the Kentucky State Police that they will have a trooper contact caller. Incident closed. That's okay. You can close the incident. I'll escalate it to the Department of Justice, to the Attorney General. I already sent it to the Homeland Security. And you know what? I'm not going to file any more complaints here. I'm just going to go straight to the horse's mouth because you fabricate incident reports. So yes, you will be receiving another letter correcting your false statements here. I never received a cease and desist letter from my neighbors. They've received them from me, copied to the county attorney and Sheriff Daniel Isaacs. And in fact, I even have the email to prove that I sent to the sheriffs. So anyway, this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading, just showing you how corrupt even the dispatcher here, repeating information that I provided and twisting the information, and they've closed the incident. They closed the incident of a grenade being thrown on my property. Okay? So yes, we will escalate. It's not a threat. I'm escalating it to higher levels. If they choose to do nothing about it, well, then we'll get a citizen journalist and we'll file a petition online, and everybody can start calling the sheriff and say, why is he not investigating it? We're going to get some action going here. So please leave a comment down below. How would you handle this, aside from the fact that I will be sending a follow-up letter, but I'm still waiting for the second incident FOIA request and FOIA request number 3, which I did not receive. So I'm going to sign off for now. I hope everybody's doing well.